Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, closet swing traders, hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. We did it. We made it. We are at the end of the week. Last day of the week. We get a 2-day rest and we get to do this thing all over again. But hope you guys so far are having a pretty decent September. I see you guys are piling in. We got Adam in the house. Good morning to you. We got Albert, Amy, Andy Richardson. Good morning. We got Bill, Brian, Greg Gilbert. My boy Jeremy Hertz. Good morning, Joe. We got JT, Kevin, Liza. Good morning to Martina, Nancy, Ron. All my peeps out of YouTube land. Good morning to all you guys. We got Daniel in YouTube land. We got Honey Roy in YouTube land. Good morning to all the Larkers. We got Richard Jet. We got Ivo. Make sure, Rado, good morning to you. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. It just does something to the algorithm. I know exactly what it does to the algorithm. I just don't want to get into it. That's what I just don't want to. I don't have to tell you, but it does something, I think. I don't know. All right, we got the SPY with a little bit of a gap down this morning. A little tiny gap down. Still inside candle. So maybe a little bit of chop at the open. We are at what appears to be a current VPOC. It's coming back. A little bit of support. If this one breaks where we're at now, and I think that one is, I think we might be slightly, we're actually still slightly above it. So I have that VPOC sitting somewhere at 448.29. We're sitting just on top of that for right now. So if that holds, great. This would be technically a gap and go though, so I'll be a little bit more bearish. That one might have the ability to break down, and then we'd probably be looking for 446.93 on the day if we could get down there. But I don't know if it's gonna be easy to get down there. Again, inside day, I would expect a little bit of chop out of the gate, and we are at a little bit of support. So I would typically say that we should kind of go higher from here just to come in for a retest and then fall down. I think that would make some sense. Qs, they also have a gap down. This one's dead center right in the middle. That's gonna be a tough one. But with the Qs though, all of the VPOCs are above us. So all the resistance is to the higher side. And then I think we have a little bit more room to the downside. So we could get a little pullback today. It makes sense. The market has been pretty bullish. Let's see what the weekly candle looks like. So weekly candle, we have breakout candle into resistance. We have one small inside candle. Today's quad witching day. Quad witching day. We're definitely going to see more volatility today. We'll see more volatility. We'll see a little bit more volume coming today. Typically, I would say the beginning of the day, right at open, we'll see a little extra, and then toward the end of the day, we will see probably like the last 15 minutes. And then throughout the day, it should just, I think, be normal. We'll see what happens, but I think it should be all right. But this is a little pullback. My guess is we stay perfectly inside these candles. Nothing crazy happens. And this is how we look to close the week, but it's still relatively bullish, and we're just kind of hanging out, resting. So we will see on the Qs. If you guys got any tickers, feel free to throw those into the chat. What is with the huge candle on SPY pre-market? Richard Jet says. I don't know. I didn't even see it. Let me see. SPY Richard Jet is telling me there is a big candle. Maybe this one right here. That's the only one I really see that would kind of stand out. And I wouldn't take too much of that. Are they doing dividends today? Oh, the SPY is paying dividends. Today's actually ex-dividend day. That's interesting. So ex-dividend day for the SPY. But yeah, not quite sure. I wouldn't take that really too much into account. All right, we got Affirm. Most likely it looks like probably a move from more after hours. All right, we got, if that's the candle you're talking about. Affirm, we have a little bit of a gap down. We got some resistance above us, 2361. Plenty of room to the downside if we could get there. I just don't think we get there today. 2250 would be my target on Affirm. I do think this is probably a little bit more bearish. Technically, inside candle from yesterday. And this one I would expect to retest if I was to go short or to do. I think the best move is probably short. And there's a ton of candles. Everything's going green on this one, and we're just hanging out. I don't think Affirm does too much today. We got Tesla. We'll take a look at Tessie. So Tessie, even though both the Qs, both the SPY. Is this? Yeah, they're about to hit my target that I was trying to wait for all day yesterday. Son of a man. All right. Well, technically, we got a retest gap. I know Craig was looking for 280. I think we needed 279. Was it 279.89? I think so. Yeah, we're pretty close to that. We have this one little spot of resistance. I put very, very little emphasis on the fact that that's resistance. We still have a VPOC up there that was already retested. So if we could break out of, I would say if we could get higher than 279.12, I think that would be enough to get us up to 288. Plenty of room. I still like them bullish. I like everything about Tesla bullish. Pre-market touched 278.89. You know, this is why I'm not going to day trade anymore. I'm done. I officially quit. How do I become a market maker? That's what I want to do. Those guys right to target. Me day trading, sitting there all day. I don't know, but yeah, it looks bullish. This is technically a retest gap. I would expect some kind of a pullback fade. Watch 275.48, especially if the entire market is kind of gapping down a little bit. I do think this is one that probably will retest, and then that would be a decent spot to attempt to go long again. But everything long Tesla. Yeah, maybe they have an application or something I can fill out to become market maker. I don't know. I'll look at careerbuilder.com, see if there's a position open. All right, we got Amazon. A little bit of a gap down on this one as well. Technically, this is a retest gap. We're also about 50% of this big green candle that was a breakout candle. This is going to be a little choppy. I think this one probably comes up, retest into 143.17 at open. That would be a good spot to look to go short. But again, I just don't think this is going to be an easy one. I don't think it's going to be an easy one in either direction. Bullish is the trend. One little move down. We did have a little high wave indecision. I'd have to be patient on this one just because I don't have really good targets. I have zero. Where's my pen thing? My risk to reward is pretty horrible. Unless I wait something out and then we can then make a move. So I have down here as my support. I've got up here as a major resistance, and I would even say more so resistance here, resistance here. So really, before I even get to this one, I've got two big resistance that I have to work through. So the going bullish on this thing, very, very difficult. Going bearish with the potential to come up retest first doesn't make it great. So I would not, for me, I just won't trade it out of the gate at least. Later in the day, and maybe it happens almost immediately, we get a big candle one direction or the other. But if we could get up here, the closer we get to this 144 number, the happier I would be, because now I get better risk reward to the downside. So for right now, it just doesn't make sense for me risk reward wise. Otherwise, I think this is probably more of a retest. We get some kind of bullish move and then we fade. And then I think the better move is play that fade as opposed to play that move higher, if that one plays out like that. So for me, just nothing too crazy. All right, we got Apple AAPL. Apple. So again, that one's looking a little different than the rest of the market. I'm surprised the SPY is actually gapping down today. With Apple gapping up $1, roughly about $1.25. Technically a retest gap. You're bringing some decent support on this one. I think it's gonna be tough for Apple to go if the market's not. Interesting location. This is probably a retest gap, so I think we do fade this gap at open. Just a lot of selling pressure coming in at this point. We are starting to break some candles with some volume. So this candle did have some decent volume on it. This one has a little bit more. This is going to add a little pressure to it. We are at support. So again, it's going to be interesting. I don't know if we do a full-on retest. Full-on retest would be 175.71, probably 175.77. And we do have a decent level right here where we're at kind of that resistance there, support here. So maybe again, a little chop at the beginning of the day. I would love to see it pull back, fade back first, and then that could be one to go long. Could be. But I'd want some kind of pullback first on that one. Microsoft, a little bit of a just inside candle from the high wave. Bullish would be my sentiment on this one. Bullish. I've got good support that we're under. This is a red candle, but technically was a bullish candle yesterday. So this is a nice bullish engulfing candle. We've got a retest candle. So sentiment was bullish on this gap. We came down. We did retest it. We held above this support. So I do like Microsoft bullish. That might be a fun one to play closer to the beginning of the day. We got AMD. AMD with a little bit of gap down. Let me take this off the screen. Actually, man, I should have just not taken that off the screen. This is exactly where we wanted AMD. I think we said maybe a little bit lower. This 105.37 will be a very, very strong place, I think, to attempt to go long. So most likely we're held at a little tiny support on this one. I think that support we might get. Today's gonna be a small day. I don't think today's gonna be a great day for much. Not a lot of room on so far most things we've looked at. We have a tiny support here. I think that could break. We got one more level right in here. So again, could be some chop. Technically, this is a retest gap. So if we could make a push first, the closer I could short to this 106.63, the happier I think I would be. That would be to go short. Otherwise, I think this, whatever we said that was, 105 and change. Let me see if I can take this off, put the pen back on. I think that's a very good buy spot. I think we're going to have a lot of bulls sitting down at 105.36. And if we could get there, I think that's where the bulls are. So if you're going to go short, that's my full on. I'm taking all my shares right there. And then I'm looking to go long. NVIDIA. NVIDIA, very, very tight range on this one. So again, still inside day on NVIDIA. It's going to be a chop fest. If you're going to try to short it, which is right now the direction I would look. Even this one's, I don't know. This one's going to be tough. We do have a little bit of a reversal signal here. That's not really effective until 461.91. I don't think we get there today. The pattern has been stair-stepping up. We're under a key resistance. This is an inside day. Technically, sentiment was actually bullish yesterday. This is all retest. So I think some of these levels might hold, and probably going bullish would be continue the journey bullish would make sense to me. Few levels of support. If we can get in bullish as close to 449.78 as possible, I think that would be a decent spot to go long, but a little bit of a chop. Adam says Craig probably loaded up overnight. Yeah, you're right. Craig is the market maker for Tesla. ZM. Zoom video. A little bit of gap down again. Same thing. Inside day. I don't really have a good read on this one. We're at some kind of resistance here. Great breakout. I think this comes down for a retest. So you're gonna try to go long. You're trying to get to $70.64. That's probably where you might find a little bit of interest to go long. We probably have some bulls sitting there. And then if we get up to probably 71.35, that would be resistance. But inside day, yeah, Apple's gonna be interesting. I want to see Apple fade first. I would love to, especially with the weakness in the market. I think Apple probably could come down a little bit before going bullish. And again, this is going to be I think it's going to be a smaller day in the market. I don't think we have a big range. All right, we got CrowdStrike. This one's a gap and go. This one potentially is my favorite so far. Pretty clean gap and go. That looks bearish. We're under this previous VPOC. Support's going to come in at 164.67 though. That would be our first one. I think we can get through that one. And then 163.15 would be our stretch goal. So that one was already, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if we hit that 163. I'd probably be looking to take everything on 164.67. Give me some kind of a green candle at open on crowd though. Give me something on crowd that's green candle, and we go from there. We have Disney and YouTube land. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row. I think Mickey Mouse is exhausted. This is like a marathon for him. Lots of green candles in a row. Good little hammer the other day that came in somewhere around the $80 range. We're getting very, very close to that resistance. This is technically a retest gap. See if we get a pullback to 84.42, and then we'll see if we can continue that trend bullish. My targets, regardless, though, would be 85.64. So we do have a little bit of room, but give me some kind of red candle. Maybe I could take a break. There has been a decent amount of buying so far. Pretty decent resistance. We closed that yesterday, and we are gapping up. So let's see if we could turn the resistance into support. And again, that would land somewhere around 84.37. So a little pullback on that one. And at least this week has been bullish. NIO. Let's push Disney up a little higher too. Just a little bit. Go. All right, we got Disney a little bit higher. NIO. We also see Adobe in YouTube land too. Neo, aka the chosen one. Somebody got that reference. Somebody did. All right, we got Neo gapping up, retest gap into resistance. I think this one fades. This would be a good short. So Neo out of the gate looks to fade. We have resistance at 1060. Big resistance at 1064. This is a retest gap. I think targets on this one would be 1032. So I think it's short, probably not a huge range, only about 20 cents. Mr. Anderson, Doug got it. All right, we got Adobe, ADBE. Neo's just, I like it as a short. 20 cents though. Then it could get held up. Adobe, nice little gap down to a major support. I think this one probably fades higher. So this one I'd probably be looking for a little bit more bullish. Hopefully we get a red candle down into 529.75, something like that we could take a break bullish. But I think this one does look to get some kind of a fade. Red pill or blue pill. I forget which one kept you in reality and which one kept you into the matrix, but I think the red one was reality and then blue was matrix. I'm not sure. I forget. TSM. Taiwan Semiconductors. Yeah, if he goes DJ. Do you want to take the red pill or the blue pill? I'll be like, listen, I need the rules again. What's the rules? I forget. TSM, a little bit of a gap down into tiny support. I think this one fades higher. So to the higher side, 91.57. Not a lot of room bullish there. So 91.57, that's where I would look to go short and then see if we can get a pullback to probably $90.76 for today. I know Jeremy was talking about Boeing yesterday. So let's pull that one up in the afternoon room. He wasn't talking about any of these stops or targets, that's for sure. He did say DJ likes to watch Boeing. As you can tell, I've pulled it up a few times. Small inside candle. Not really gapping, so we're not going to be able to take any type of a gap play. But I'm going to get this one higher on the list. We'll see if this one opens up with any type of potential move. Right now, just all inside candles. Inside candles, probably looking at 211.52. I would love to see some kind of any gap above 211.52. That would be a fantastic one. Otherwise, that's going to be our resistance on this. But we'll keep it up there just to see if anything really sets up. Red pill gets you reality and Trinity. There you go. Now I know who to phone a friend when I'm on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. It's going to be Lucian. Richard says LABU. Direction. Not doing anything too crazy, Richard. Small little gap down. I mean, this is going to be an interesting area on it. This is either going to be some kind of, I don't think today's the day to really make a decision on it. So if we come down, we'll probably come down a little bit lower, nothing too crazy. Watch this one in the future. This could turn into, so if we get some kind of, even if we already kind of retested a little bit and we're just hanging out, if we could get some kind of a bullish move and start to fade up, that would look inverse head and shoulders. Neckline is probably going to look something like this. So until we break the neckline, that would take us to about 550. Get some kind of a pullback, try it again. So this could be a little bit of inverse head and shoulders. Also, you can look at it as a double bottom with a higher low. But this is all hypothetical at the moment because nothing has really happened. Not a single thing has happened yet. All that is just anticipating that that's how that's going to look. Otherwise, anything below, where's that thing? Anything really below this support, 463, and I think $4.63, $4.62, that has already been retested here. So that should be a little bit weaker. I think we have the ability to break through. Longer term, I mean, there's definitely good support down here. I'm actually looking at a TTM squeeze to the bearish side. So we'll see what happens on this one. Seems like a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure to the downside, but nothing too crazy yet. It just has to set up. Need some more time, I think, so we really know which direction we break. Doug wants to take a look at CVX. Not too many fun things. I think, again, usually the days when we go through massive amount of stocks and we're like, nothing that crazy. That's usually the chop days. That's usually chop day. We got Chevron, a little bit of a gap down. This is a retest gap into support. So again, probably looks to hold the support. Retest maybe into this 167.22. I could even see this one retesting into 167.58. That's still healthy. We have some wicks up here for sure. To the downside, if we break through this support, that would give us our next level of 166.07. So again, tiny. Win says Witching Friday is usually a big trappy nothing burger. I've never seen nothing burger on a burger menu, believe it or not. AAPL. I'm not even sure where that phrase comes from. Everybody just says nothing burger. I'm not sure who thought of that. Apple, yep. Huge 3-minute candle going in on Apple. So let's see, 3-minute. Yeah, volatility is kind of picking up now. Again, I do have this as a major support, 175.77. So if that breaks down, then we'll probably continue a little bit lower. Otherwise, today's VPOC so far, 177.04. That's the one we got to watch to see if that one breaks. This would be an interesting candle to play pre-market. Something bullish here. Bullish. Can I order one extra nothing burger and then some fries on the side? Is that possible? Stops. And if you want to try to play it, that would be decent. Decent move on that one. Impossible burgers are great for your health. That's impossible. They give me 7,000 milligrams of salt per patty. They kept it under 10,000. No, they kept it under 10,000. I appreciate the efforts. DraftKings. My buddy texted me yesterday. He goes, DraftKings is running like crazy. Like after hours, it's pumping. I'm looking, I'm like, it's the same exact price. But he's using a Robinhood, which you could trade technically after hours, and it's kind of like its own mark. I don't know. I don't understand what Robinhood's doing, but that's all. I was like, that's fake news. Tesla also major movement. Yeah, so Tesla again could be. That looks kind of head and shoulders pre-market. It's just not a lot of great setups today. Larkin says, "Happy Friday." Happy Friday. I didn't even get you a card, Larkin. I didn't even get you a card. Nothing. ARM will run today. Options start Monday. Yeah, ARM is going to be probably a little tricky. I can see some continuation. But again, they just IPO'd yesterday. So far, I mean, how much weight could you put into those VPOCs on day number 2? Day number 2 didn't even open yet. Looking like it's going to run bullish. Watch out for probably 69.38. That's our first level. We got to break through. That should be a little bit of resistance from pre-market. And then if we could, we might get some people excited. This is going to be a heavily talked about stock. So we'll see. What about Coinbase? Coinbase, not really doing much. We have plenty of bulls trapped in Tesla right now, so a rug pull would be appropriate. It's always an appropriate time for a good rug pull. I can get behind that. We did get close to the 280 mark. So looking for a fade could make sense. We've got only like less than a minute left. Let me start getting TOS up and running, because again, out of the gate, we're so many moves today. I don't want to miss it. All right, we'll get this up here. Let me throw this one onto here. And 9 seconds left. Everybody out there in YouTube land, I appreciate you joining us each and every day. Unfortunately, this is the time where I gotta say goodbye. I wish I had like a little goodbye song to sing to you guys, but I don't. And it's probably better for you guys that way. But regardless, hit that